Good evening. Over the past few weeks, many parts of the nation has been experiencing extreme winter weather, and a day of canceled classes shows us that Salisbury has not been immune to this weather. Late Tuesday, Governor O'Malley declared a state of emergency ahead of the storm, and as this entire half of the country prepares for more precipitation, Travis Bush and Carley Nickles are here to tell us more about what we can expect on the Eastern Shore.
Thanks, Eli. As most of you know, the Winter Olympics are going on in Sochi. We've had a lot of trouble predicting the weather over there because, unlike normal Russian conditions, it's been about 65 degrees. So a lot of the snowboarders, a lot of the ice lugers, they've had a lot of problems with keeping their tracks in line this week. So, and to come back to the United States, we have this huge storm that's building up over the southeast right now. We've personally had a lot of problems predicting this storm. The models have been all over the place. We've had people, hurricane hunters, flying into the storm as it left the Gulf Coast and as it moves up the northeast to try to help the meteorologists be more accurate with their predictions.
As you can see, going back to the radar, they're down in, the storm stretches all the way down to Central Florida. Currently, Orlando, Florida is in a tornado watch. That's how large the storm is. Atlanta, they did prepare a lot better, or quite a bit better than they did 2 weeks ago, as you know, there's no one stranded on the highway. But in Raleigh, North Carolina, they got up like 5 to 6 inches of snow, and their I-85 there's just cars. It looks similar to Atlanta did 2 weeks ago. Last night, as the storm was down in the Gulf, it's a little bit off radar. On the water vapor imagery, the moisture that was being sucked into the storm the air was so moist it actually turned blue on the radar, and that hardly ever happens in the winter. And it reminded many meteorologists of the formation of the superstorm back in 1993. Although I don't think it's going to be that severe.
Today our high was in the mid-30s. We reached about 34. The main part of this storm, though, is right off of the North Carolina coast, right around Cape Hatteras. You see this 60-degree water temperature, or air over the water, I should say, and that is going to be a huge part. If we are able to bring that warm air up to Delmarva, if this storm is able to suck it up like that, it's going to make it more of a rain event than snow, which will be good for our case.
Now taking us back to the radar to look at our area. You can see right now the storm is starting to enter about the Salisbury area. The snow, it says it's snowing here, but it's still too light to be reaching the ground. Currently the temperatures are hovering right about freezing, obviously with the cloudy skies. The cloudy skies throughout the afternoon today did allow for the temperatures to remain lower, which could possibly cause for a slightly longer duration of snow this evening before it turns back to rain. Now looking at the surface map, right now you can see the low pressure system situated right around the coast of Georgia, South Carolina. That'll be moving up the coast this evening, tomorrow, and tomorrow night. And as I said, as it gets right off of our coast sometime tomorrow afternoon, the strength of it will be equivalent to a Category 2 hurricane. We won't feel the effects like that here on the Eastern Shore. However, it's just the ocean is expecting waves of 8 to 12 feet, and there will be an extreme amount of beach erosion. You can see up here the low pressure system now situated over the Dakotas will come through our area tomorrow night, or excuse me, Friday night. Could bring us a slight chance of snow showers. However, how intense that storm is has a lot to do with how much snow we get from the storm that we're experiencing right now.
You can really see how much this storm has built over the past couple of days. The storm was built over the Gulf of Mexico and is slowly making it up the coastline. And you can really see those clouds develop and expand, which is huge when we're thinking about predicting this storm. And as you see, it's really depending on if the storm goes to the east of us or to the west of us to see if we're going to get that rain or snow. As you see, we have a high pressure sitting over Pennsylvania right now. This is for the Monday forecast, so our early start to the week next week. This high pressure is going to bring fair conditions and highs that we might actually see in the low 40s.
Now for your Wednesday, your midweek, there will be a high pressure system will build into the area. We'll have some technical difficulties. We can't get the slide to pull up, but it will build into the area after a low pressure system passes through Tuesday night. So now for your next 36 hours.
Tonight, as most of you know, we will be seeing snow flurries late on, probably in the next couple of hours actually. It's going to hover right underneath that freezing mark, which is going to be very important. Tomorrow, with a high of 41, we probably will see mostly rain. And then tomorrow night, as the temperatures drop back off into the upper 20s, it will turn back into snow. Hopefully accumulations of pretty much nothing, but we will see at least a couple flurries.
And now for your next 7 days, after the storm system pushes out tomorrow, you can expect sunny skies return Friday. However, it will be clouding up in the afternoon as that little clipper system moves through the area Friday night. Our weekend, it'll bring temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, sunny skies, which is the first nice weekend we've had in quite a while. Like Carly just said, Monday looks clear, sunny skies. Tuesday, we will see a chance of rain, but temperatures will start reaching the low 50s for the middle of next week. Now, for your Valentine's Day forecast.
So if you guys have plans for Valentine's Day, your day forecast for sure will not be ruined. A high of 45 with sunny skies is looking great. If you have any outdoor plans or any traveling that you have to do this weekend.
And I wish I could say the same for the night forecast, but like I said, there will be some light snow, and temperatures will dip to the low 30s, possibly even the upper 20s. So make sure, if you all go out, make sure you cuddle together to stay warm. That's it for this week's weather. Now back to you, Eli.
Thanks, guys. And Travis, you're now joining me on set. I want to kind of get an idea of what's been the cause of all of this wild winter weather in the past few weeks.
Well, it's just the way the system's, the jet stream's setting up. Usually, obviously, the cold air hardly, if it dips this far down south in the country, it hardly stays there. And if you notice, we're getting all this cold air and all these storms now, but out in California, for the majority of the winter, they had hardly any rain. So it's just the way the upper atmosphere is setting up and steering the storm systems and everything into our area, into the south.
And what's made these storms so difficult to predict? I mean, we saw what happened in Georgia and Atlanta. Why is it so difficult for forecasters to predict this? It's all,
like, as far as the storms, the Clipper storm, which move across the country, they really aren't fueled by water that's, lighter, like a lighter snow. The storm we're experiencing right now is extremely hard to predict because a slight variation in the storm's track will either usher in our area cold air to, from the north, or the warm air off the ocean, which will be a, difference between a foot of snow or an inch of snow.
Finally, when can we expect to see an end to this weather?
The stormy setup, or just the storm we have tonight?
The stormy setup in total.
Hopefully, the way it's looking, after this will kind of be like the last big storm, and we'll start to see some warm up. But again, the way this winter is going, it's a tough call.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being
here
with
us.
And of course, we'll be checking in with Travis as long as this weather's going on.